Welcome to my channel, Old Coins History 333. In this video, I tell you about the United States of America Washington quarter dollar, which are most valuable and rare. If you interested, please subscribe my channel. Thanks. Top 1. We dive into the story of the Ohio 2002 quarter. Let's take a moment to understand the context of the time. In the late 1990s and early 2000s, the U.S. Mint launched a groundbreaking initiative called the 50 State Quarters Program. This program, which began in 1999, aimed to release a series of quarters, each showcasing a different state, and it captured the imagination of coin collectors and everyday people alike. The idea was to highlight the unique identity of each state through strikingly designed quarters, and Ohio, the seventh state to join the Union, was no exception. Released in 2002, the Ohio quarter became part of this monumental collection of state-themed coins. At first glance, it might seem like just another standard state quarter, but there's more to this coin than meets the eye. To truly understand why it became so significant, we need to explore the elements that make the Ohio quarter stand out from the crowd, starting with its design. The Ohio quarter's design is a tribute to the state's rich historical significance. The design features an image of an American bald eagle in flight, with the state's name, Ohio, prominently displayed above. The eagle is soaring over a landscape that includes the Wright brothers' first plane, another nod to Ohio's role in aviation history. The design captures the spirit of innovation and progress, a perfect representation of Ohio, the state where the Wright brothers made their first powered flight in 1903. The significance of this design is immense. The Wright brothers, Orville and Wilbur, revolutionized the world with their invention, and Ohio played a central role in this game-changing achievement. By including the Wright brothers' plane in the quarter's design, the U.S. Mint honored both Ohio's contribution to aviation and the pioneers whose work changed the world. But there's more to the story. The bald eagle, America's national bird and a symbol of freedom and strength, was chosen to represent the state's pride and the enduring spirit of its people. When the Ohio quarter was released, it was just another part of the 50 State Quarters program. People exchanged their quarters like they always had, unaware that some of these coins would become highly sought-after treasures. The Ohio quarter, in particular, would become a point of focus for collectors, not because of its design, but because of something more elusive. Its rarity. It was not just any ordinary coin. During the minting process, there was a misstep that would later turn this coin into a collector's dream. Some Ohio quarters were struck with a small but significant error, which made them stand out. A portion of these coins ended up being minted with a slight misalignment in the design, a mistake that went unnoticed at the time. However, as coin collectors examined these quarters closely, the flaw became clear. The misalignment of the design made these coins unique and rare, which increased their value exponentially. What does this mean for collectors? Well, in the world of numismatics, small errors or flaws in the minting process can actually make a coin much more valuable. A single misaligned Ohio quarter was enough to send collectors on a nationwide search for these rare versions. These coins were not easy to find, which made them all the more precious. And, like many other collectible items, rarity often drives up the demand, which, in turn, drives up the price. As word spread about the rare Ohio quarters with the misaligned design, the demand for these coins skyrocketed. What had initially been just another state quarter quickly became a coveted item among serious collectors and casual enthusiasts alike. People began scouring coin rolls, checking their pocket change, and even visiting banks in hopes of finding one of these special Ohio quarters. But the real twist in the story came when the coin's value skyrocketed. Some Ohio 2002 quarters with the misalignment error were auctioned off for staggering prices, leaving coin collectors and investors stunned. The prices soared higher and higher, and these coins began to reach values that seemed almost unimaginable. The most coveted versions, those in mint condition or with the most pronounced error, were selling for as much as $36,000. Yes, you heard that right. $36,000 for a single Ohio 2002 quarter. A quarter that was initially worth just 25 cents could now fetch a small fortune, all because of a simple mistake made during the minting process. The rarity, coupled with the coin's historical significance, turned this simple quarter into a highly sought-after collector's item. At this point, you might be wondering how to tell if you have one of these rare Ohio quarters. Well, the key is to look for the misalignment error. A typical Ohio quarter will have the design and lettering properly aligned, but the rare error version will show signs of misalignment, particularly with the state name or the image of the Wright brothers' plane. It can be subtle, but once you know what to look for, it's easy to spot. Collectors and investors alike have now made it a point to search through old rolls of coins, examining each Ohio quarter carefully for this valuable misalignment. Some even go so far as to buy large quantities of Ohio quarters in bulk, hoping to uncover one of these rare error coins. Whether you're a seasoned
अच्छा।
numismatist or just someone looking for a unique treasure, the Ohio 2002 quarter has captured the imagination of people everywhere. But what
हैं?
makes this coin even more intriguing is that it's not just the error that makes it valuable, it's the story behind it. Every time someone discovers one of these rare quarters, they're unearthing a little piece of American history. The Ohio quarter, with its connection to the Wright brothers and the spirit of innovation, tells the story of progress and perseverance. It serves as a reminder of the greatness that can come from unexpected places
एक गल तो
and the
थलो हवाई मार
lasting
दे कोई
impact
सकदी
that
है।
small, seemingly insignificant moments in history can have. And
हुन
so,
सकून नहीं।
while the Ohio 2002 quarter may have started as just another coin in circulation,
अभी
it's
हुन
now a
सकून
symbol
नहीं।
of how chance, rarity, and history can converge to
अच्छा।
create something truly remarkable.
अच्छा,
Whether you're a coin collector or simply an admirer of history, the Ohio quarter's journey from a simple
हैं?
coin to a $36,000 treasure is a testament to the unexpected wonders that can be found in the most unlikely places. In conclusion, the Ohio 2002 Washington quarter is more than just a piece of currency. It's a window into a chapter of American history, a reflection of the ingenuity of Ohio's residents, and a symbol of how sometimes, even the smallest of errors can lead to incredible value. If you
एक
happen to
गल तो
have one
थलो
of these
हवाई
rare
मार दे कोई
coins in your
सकदी है।
collection or your pocket, you may just have a little piece of history worth a fortune. So,
हुन सकून
if you're
नहीं।
out there searching through your change, or maybe even going through a pile of old coins in your drawer, keep an
अभी
eye
हुन
out for this
सकून नहीं।
rare and valuable treasure. Who knows? You might just
अच्छा।
find yourself holding a $36,000 Ohio quarter that could change your life. Top 2.
अब्दुल्ला
In
नहीं दे तो देख के वेला हो जाना
2016,
सी।
a new chapter in the history of American coins was written, one that celebrated not just a moment in time, but a key piece of American heritage. This coin would become part of the National Park Quarters Program, a series designed to commemorate the natural beauty and historical significance of the nation's landmarks. Among these stunning coins, one in particular would capture the imagination of collectors and history enthusiasts alike. The Washington quarter dollar featuring Harper's Ferry, released in 2016 at first glance. It may seem like just another state-themed quarter in the long-running series, but the story of the Harper's Ferry quarter is far more layered and compelling than it first appears. To understand why this coin became so sought after and valuable, we need to first step back in time and learn about Harper's Ferry itself, its connection to American history, and the design that would immortalize it on a piece of U.S. currency. Located at the confluence of the Potomac and Shenandoah rivers, Harper's Ferry is a town with an extraordinary history. Situated in what is now West Virginia, Harper's Ferry was a pivotal location during several critical moments in the history of the United States. One of its most notable claims to fame came in 1859 when abolitionist John Brown led a raid on the federal armory in an attempt to spark a slave rebellion. Though the raid failed, it became a catalyst for the growing tensions that would eventually lead to the Civil War. Harper's Ferry also played a key role during the Civil War itself, and the town's position at the crossroads of two major rivers made it an important strategic location for both Union and Confederate forces. But the significance of Harper's Ferry isn't limited to its role in the Civil War. The town is also home to one of America's most important historical sites, the Harper's Ferry National Historical Park, which preserves the armory, the historic town, and the surrounding area. The park serves as a reminder of the struggles for freedom and equality that have shaped the United States. It is a testament to the courage, the trials, and the triumphs of those who fought for a more just and unified country. When the U.S. Mint began the process of selecting locations to be featured on the National Park Quarters program, it was clear that Harper's Ferry, with its rich and multifaceted history, deserved a place of honor. The decision was made to release a special quarter featuring Harper's Ferry in 2016 as part of the series, and what followed was a careful and thoughtful design process aimed at capturing the essence of the site and its historical importance. The design of the 2016 Harper's Ferry quarter is nothing short of remarkable. On the reverse side of the coin, we see an image of the Storer College building, which was one of the first institutions of higher learning for African Americans in the United States. Storer College played an important role in educating freedmen after the Civil War and became a symbol of progress and hope in a country still grappling with the aftermath of slavery. The Storer College building is depicted with bold, clear lines, standing as a symbol of the legacy of education and the fight for freedom. In the foreground of the design, there's a depiction of the John Brown Fort, another important element in the town's history. The fort was where John Brown and his followers made their stand during the raid, and it stands today as a symbol of resistance and the push for freedom. The fort's inclusion in the design speaks to Harper's Ferry's place in the struggle for equality and justice, further reinforcing the deep historical roots the town holds in American consciousness. The quarter's design is rounded off by the iconic inscription, Harper's Ferry, at the top, along with West Virginia beneath it, reminding viewers of the coin's connection to the state and its role in the broader story of the United States. The design is both simple and powerful, capturing the essence of Harper's Ferry in a way that makes it instantly recognizable and emotionally resonant. When the 2016 Harper's Ferry quarter was first released into circulation, no one knew just how significant it would become in the world of numismatics. As part of the National Park Quarters program, it was initially seen as just another addition to the growing collection of state and national park-themed coins. However, as time passed, collectors began to notice something intriguing about this particular quarter. The Harper's Ferry quarter, like many coins in the National Park Quarters series, quickly gained popularity among collectors. People were drawn not only to its striking design, but also to its connection to a chapter in American history that resonates deeply with issues of freedom, justice, and equality. Harper's Ferry, after all, is more than just a location. It's a symbol of the enduring fight for civil rights and the struggle for a more perfect union. However, it wasn't just the coin's historical significance that made it so attractive to collectors. The Harper's Ferry quarter would go on to become one of the rarer coins in the series, and this rarity would increase its value dramatically over time. Coins from the National Park Quarters program are typically minted in high quantities, but some coins from this series stand out due to subtle variations in the minting process, such as special errors or distinctive characteristics. The Harper's Ferry quarter was one of those coins. Some versions of the 2016 Harper's Ferry quarter were struck with slight imperfections or rare minting errors, such as die cracks or misalignments, which set them apart from the rest of the circulation coins. While these imperfections might seem minor to the untrained eye, to coin collectors, they are highly coveted, as they increase the rarity and value of the coin. The true rarity of the Harper's Ferry quarter, however, lies in the fact that, despite its relatively high mintage numbers, the coin became increasingly sought after due to its significance, its design, and the growing awareness of its limited number of unique, error-struck versions. As with many rare and collectible coins, collectors quickly realized that this was not just another ordinary piece of currency, but rather a treasure waiting to be discovered. In the years following its release, the 2016 Harper's Ferry quarter gained significant attention, and its value began to rise. The most highly prized versions of this coin, those with the rare errors or those in pristine, uncirculated condition, could fetch impressive sums. In fact, as of recent auctions, the value of some of the rarest Harper's Ferry quarters has reached as high as $18,000. Yes, a simple 25-cent piece, minted in 2016, could now be worth thousands of dollars, all because of its unique characteristics and historical significance. The value of the Harper's Ferry quarter is a testament to the importance of rarity in the world of coin collecting. While most quarters are worth their face value of 25 cents, certain versions of the Harper's Ferry quarter have become so valuable due to their rarity and historical importance that they command prices that far exceed their original worth. This surge in value has turned the coin into a must-have item for serious collectors, and it has created a market for these rare versions that continues to grow. As with any collectible, the key to finding a valuable Harper's Ferry quarter lies in knowing what to look for. If you're hoping to find one of these rare coins, you'll need to carefully examine your quarters for signs of minting errors or irregularities. Common errors to look out for include die cracks, misalignments, or double strikes, which can all contribute to a coin's rarity and value. Additionally, the condition of the coin is crucial. Coins that have been well preserved, especially those with minimal wear and tear, are far more valuable than those that have seen heavy circulation. Now, if you're a casual coin collector or just someone with an eye for unique treasures, you may be wondering where to find these rare coins. While many collectors focus on purchasing coins from dealers or attending coin shows, others have found success by simply checking their pocket change. Some lucky individuals have discovered rare Harper's Ferry quarters in rolls of coins from their local bank, while others have purchased rolls of quarters from various sources in the hopes of uncovering a hidden gem. The discovery of a rare Harper's Ferry quarter is like striking gold for a coin collector. The excitement of finding one of these elusive quarters, particularly one that's in pristine condition or has a minting error, is unlike anything else in the world of numismatics. And the best part? The value of these coins only seems to keep rising as more collectors realize their worth. In conclusion, the 2016 Harper's Ferry Washington quarter is more than just a coin. It's a symbol of the nation's history, a reflection of the struggle for freedom and equality, and a testament to the enduring power of American innovation and courage. With its rare minting errors, its poignant design, and its deep historical significance, this coin has earned its place as one of the most valuable and sought-after coins in the world of numismatics. Whether you're an experienced collector or someone just starting out, the 2016 Harper's Ferry Quarter is a reminder that sometimes the most valuable treasures are the ones that tell the most powerful stories. If you happen to find one of these rare quarters in your collection, you might just be holding onto a coin worth $18,000, a small piece of American history, waiting to be cherished for generations to come. Top 3.
अच्छा
In
क्या होगा
2016, the United States Mint unveiled a coin that would become a celebrated symbol of American history. The 2016 Harper's Ferry Washington Quarter Dollar, part of the National Park Quarters program, captured the essence of a pivotal location in American history, Harper's Ferry. A town synonymous with both resistance and innovation, its legacy was forever etched into a simple, yet powerful, design on the reverse of a coin. Little did anyone know that this humble 25-cent piece would go on to become a rare treasure sought after by collectors, ultimately fetching as much as $22,000 in certain cases. The story of the Harper's Ferry Quarter is more than just about a coin. It's about the history, the people, and the events that shaped this remarkable site in West Virginia, a site that holds a prominent place in both the American Civil War and the larger narrative of the fight for freedom. Understanding the significance of this coin begins with understanding Harper's Ferry itself. Nestled where the Potomac and Shenandoah rivers converge, Harper's Ferry occupies a strategic position that has made it a key site in American history. In the 19th century, Harper's Ferry was home to a major U.S. armory and arsenal, which became a focal point during the tensions leading up to the Civil War. It was here in 1859 that the famous abolitionist John Brown led a raid on the armory in an attempt to incite an armed slave revolt. Though the raid was unsuccessful, it set the stage for the broader conflicts of the Civil War. Harper's Ferry was also a key location during the war itself, with both Union and Confederate forces recognizing its strategic importance due to its location at the confluence of two vital rivers. But Harper's Ferry isn't just about war and conflict. It's also a symbol of resistance, of the struggle for freedom, and of the American desire to achieve a more perfect union. The town, and its surrounding area, became a center for abolitionism, education, and social change. One of the most significant landmarks in Harper's Ferry is Storer College, which played a vital role in the education of formerly enslaved people after the Civil War. The college's legacy as one of the first institutions of higher learning for African Americans is crucial to understanding the deep historical connections of the site. Fast forward to 2016, when the U.S. Mint decided to feature Harper's Ferry as part of the National Park Quarters program, a project designed to honor the nation's most cherished landmarks and sites. The coin series was launched in 2010 with the goal of celebrating America's national parks, monuments, and historic sites. The decision to feature Harper's Ferry was a natural one, given the town's pivotal role in the nation's history. The Harper's Ferry Quarter was released in the second half of 2016, joining a series of coins that would later go on to be among the most collectible in American coin history. But what made the Harper's Ferry Quarter so special was not just its connection to history, it was the design. The reverse side of the 2016 Harper's Ferry Quarter features an iconic scene that captures both the beauty and the significance of the location. At the center of the design is a representation of the Storer College building, a symbol of hope and progress for the African American community during Reconstruction. The building stands tall in the design, symbolizing the power of education as a force for change in a newly emancipated nation. In front of the Storer College building, we see the John Brown Fort, which became an enduring symbol of resistance in the face of injustice. This small, stone building, where John Brown made his last stand during his ill-fated raid, is an integral part of the design. Its inclusion on the coin is a direct nod to Harper's Ferry's legacy as a place where the fight for freedom and justice was not just a political movement, but a literal and physical struggle for equality. The design is completed with the inscriptions Harper's Ferry and West Virginia, reminding us that this coin is not only a celebration of history, but also a tribute to the specific place in America where those historical events unfolded. While the design itself tells a powerful story, it was the minting details that would later make the Harper's Ferry Quarter a true collector's item. The coin was struck in high-quality clad coinage, which means that it features a copper-nickel alloy core sandwiched between two layers of pure copper. However, what made this quarter stand out among its peers was the minting errors that began to surface in small quantities. In the world of numismatics, errors during the minting process often lead to the creation of rare coins that can fetch incredible amounts at auction. These errors can include anything from misaligned designs to double strikes or unique die breaks, and the 2016 Harper's Ferry Quarter had its share of such anomalies. Some quarters were struck with slight misalignments in the engraving, while others displayed small imperfections, such as die cracks or variations in the depth of the design. The true rarity, however, lay in the versions of the Harper's Ferry quarter that were struck with significant minting errors, such as those featuring die clashes or unusual strikes that caught the attention of coin collectors. These errors made the coin extraordinarily rare, and as collectors began to recognize the value of these rare pieces, demand for the Harper's Ferry quarter increased dramatically. In fact, the most prized and valuable versions of the 2016 Harper's Ferry quarter have now become highly sought after by both amateur and professional collectors alike. Some of these coins have been known to fetch as much as $22,000 at auction, a far cry from the quarter's original face value of just 25 cents. But what is it that makes these rare versions so valuable? It all comes down to the rarity and desirability of the coin. The rarity of these coins is driven by a combination of factors: the limited number of coins struck with minting errors, the coin's connection to a powerful moment in American history, and its place within the National Park Quarters program, which has proven to be an incredibly popular and successful initiative among collectors. When you combine the scarcity of these error-struck quarters with the coin's emotional and historical significance, you get a collector's dream. What's more, these rare Harper's Ferry quarters are highly sought after in pristine condition. Coins that have been well preserved, without significant wear or damage, fetch higher prices. Coin collectors often pay a premium for these pristine examples, as they are seen as more desirable both for investment and for their aesthetic appeal. So, how does one spot a rare Harper's Ferry quarter that might be worth thousands of dollars? First, it's important to inspect the coin carefully. Look for any irregularities in the design, such as doubled or misaligned images, die cracks, or other anomalies that might indicate a minting error. You'll also want to pay attention to the coin's overall condition. Coins that have been kept in mint condition, those that are free from scratches, stains, or other forms of damage, are the ones that command the highest prices. If you happen to come across one of these rare coins, it could very well be worth a small fortune. For those interested in adding one of these valuable coins to their collection, the journey often involves searching through coin rolls, scouring auction sites, or visiting local dealers who specialize in rare coins. While it's not guaranteed that every coin will be a valuable find, the excitement and thrill of discovering a rare, valuable piece of American history is what keeps collectors constantly on the lookout. As the years have passed since the 2016 release, the Harper's Ferry quarter has become one of the more iconic and collectible pieces in the National Park Quarters program. Its historical significance, paired with the rarity of error-struck versions, has elevated the coin to a status that few other coins from the series can claim. The Harper's Ferry quarter is a reminder of the power that a simple coin can hold. It's not just a piece of currency. It's a link to the past, an embodiment of the struggle for freedom and equality, and a symbol of the American spirit. And for those fortunate enough to hold a rare, error-struck version of this coin, it's also a small but incredibly valuable piece of history, worth as much as $22,000. As we come to the end of this story, it's clear that the 2016 Harper's Ferry Washington quarter is much more than a piece of currency. It's a symbol of the sacrifices, struggles, and triumphs that have shaped the United States. From its powerful design to the rare minting errors that have made it a collector's gem, this coin continues to captivate the hearts and minds of collectors. If you're a collector or just someone who appreciates the beauty and history of American coins, the Harper's Ferry quarter is a must-have. And remember, sometimes the most valuable treasures are hiding in plain sight, waiting for someone with a keen eye and an appreciation for history to discover them. Top 4. In 1999, the United States Mint released a coin that would go on to become a highly coveted item for collectors and enthusiasts alike, the Connecticut State Quarter. Part of the larger 50 state quarters program, this coin quickly captured the attention of the numismatic community and became one of the most sought-after pieces in the series. Known officially as the Washington Quarter Dollar Connecticut 1999, the coin's rich historical context, striking design, and minting details make it a standout, not only for its beauty but also for its impressive value. As we delve into its backstory, design elements, and eventual rise in value, you'll see why this quarter, once valued at just 25 cents, is now worth as much as $39,000 in some cases. To fully understand why the Connecticut State Quarter is so valuable, we need to take a step back in time to the late 1990s. The 50 State Quarters program was launched by the U.S. Mint in 1999, aiming to honor each state's unique history and heritage. The program's goal was to release 5 state-specific quarters every year, each featuring a design that celebrated that state's legacy. For Connecticut, this meant commemorating a state rich in history, from its role in the founding of the United States to its contributions to the American Revolution, all of which had to be distilled into a single coin design. Connecticut has a long and storied history. It was one of the original 13 colonies and played a vital role in the American Revolution. The state is known for its deep ties to the country's early development, including its contributions to both politics and military efforts. One of Connecticut's most significant historical milestones was the signing of the Fundamental Orders of Connecticut in 1639, often considered the first written constitution in the Western world. This document laid the foundation for the idea of a government based on the consent of the governed, a concept that would later influence the creation of the U.S. Constitution. In addition to Connecticut's political history, the state played an essential role in manufacturing, particularly during the Industrial Revolution. Connecticut was known for producing a variety of goods, including firearms, brass, and clock mechanisms. Its central location along the eastern seaboard also made it an important hub for trade and transportation, contributing to the economic growth of the nation. The challenge, then, for the U.S. Mint was how to encapsulate this vast history in a single design that would not only represent Connecticut's past but also resonate with the American public. The result was a coin that elegantly blended the state's colonial history, its ties to the Revolution, and its role in the development of the nation. The design of the 1999 Connecticut quarter was chosen through a public competition in which residents of the state submitted ideas for what should appear on the coin. The final design, approved by the U.S. Mint, is a beautiful tribute to Connecticut's historical roots and its importance to the United States. On the reverse side of the coin, we see the famous image of the charter oak, an iconic symbol of Connecticut's early history. The tree is associated with the legendary story of the charter oak tree in Hartford, where in 1687, the colony's royal charter was supposedly hidden from British authorities seeking to revoke it. The charter oak became a symbol of freedom, resistance to tyranny, and the protection of rights. This historical moment in Connecticut's history became the centerpiece of the state's coin design. The depiction of the charter oak on the quarter is striking and powerful. The tree's large, sprawling branches dominate the design, symbolizing the strength and resilience of Connecticut's early colonists. At the base of the tree, the state's name, Connecticut, is inscribed, along with the phrase, the charter oak, further emphasizing the significance of the tree in the state's history. The intricate details of the tree's bark, leaves, and branches make the design not just a tribute to history, but also a work of art that showcases the mint's craftsmanship. Above the tree, the coin features a ribbon banner with the year 1999 inscribed on it, marking the year of the coin's release. Surrounding the entire design is a border with the words E pluribus unum, the traditional Latin phrase meaning out of many, one, symbolizing the unity of the nation. The quarter also bears the familiar image of George Washington on the obverse, as with all quarters, with his portrait designed by John Flanagan. The design of the Connecticut quarter is noteworthy not only for its historical significance, but also for the way it conveys the spirit of the state. The charter oak is more than just a tree. It is a symbol of endurance and a reminder of the struggle for liberty. For coin collectors, this design is visually stunning and offers a tangible link to one of the most enduring legends in American history. While the design itself was well received by the public, what truly made the 1999 Connecticut quarter stand out in the numismatic world was its rarity and the subsequent interest it generated among collectors. Unlike many coins that are minted in large numbers and circulated widely, the Connecticut quarter saw a variety of special issues and minting errors that would later make it highly valuable. First, it's important to note that, like all coins in the 50-state quarters program, the Connecticut quarter was minted in high numbers, initially released for general circulation in 1999. However, as is often the case with collectible coins, not all quarters are equal. Some versions of the Connecticut quarter would soon prove to be rarer and more valuable than others, particularly those struck with minting errors or those that were released in specific packaging or at specific times. One of the key factors that contribute to the value of the 1999 Connecticut quarter is its rarity in mint state condition. Many quarters from this era were used in everyday transactions and became worn down over time, making them less valuable. However, coins that were kept in pristine, uncirculated condition, such as those that were carefully stored or those that were struck on high-quality dies, are far more valuable. The demand for uncirculated and proof versions of the Connecticut quarter quickly grew, as collectors sought to add this coin to their collections in the best possible condition. But it wasn't just the uncirculated quarters that became valuable. Minting errors also played a major role in driving the coin's price up. As is common with coins from this era, some Connecticut quarters were struck with unique flaws, such as double dies, misalignments, or off-center strikes. These errors, though small and sometimes difficult to spot, make a huge difference in the value of the coin. Some of these error-struck quarters were found only in limited quantities, making them incredibly rare and highly sought after by collectors. The most valuable of these error coins are those with obvious and distinct flaws. Some of the most popular errors among collectors include the so-called double die variety, where the coin shows a noticeable doubling of the lettering or design elements, and the off-center coins, where the design is misaligned due to the coin being improperly struck. These error coins can fetch thousands of dollars at auction, depending on their condition and rarity. For example, one of the most well-known and highly sought-after error varieties of the 1999 Connecticut quarter is the double die variety, where the words "the Charter Oak" appear doubled. This subtle error, though not immediately noticeable to the untrained eye, is a goldmine for collectors. Depending on the condition of the coin and the severity of the doubling, some of these error-struck quarters have sold for as much as $39,000. The value of the 1999 Connecticut quarter continues to rise as the years go by. Collectors have come to view it not only as a piece of history, but also as a sound investment. As with any collectible, rarity plays a key role in determining value, and over time, the rarity of error coins and high-quality examples has driven up the price. For those fortunate enough to have a 1999 Connecticut quarter with a minting error, or one in pristine condition, the value of their coin is likely to continue to grow. So how does one go about finding a valuable Connecticut quarter? For many collectors, it starts with searching through rolls of coins from local banks, checking their pocket change, or purchasing rolls from dealers. Many also attend coin shows or auctions, where the best examples of error-struck and high-quality Connecticut quarters are sold. While the majority of coins will only be worth their face value, it's the thrill of the hunt that drives collectors to search for the rare pieces that can fetch thousands of dollars. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, the 1999 Connecticut quarter is a coin worth keeping an eye out for. Its historical significance, stunning design, and the potential for valuable errors make it a must-have for any serious numismatist. And with certain error coins now valued as high as $39,000, it's clear that this quarter has truly become a treasure, not just for its design, but for its connection to the rich history of the United States and its enduring legacy in American coinage. Top 5. The Indiana quarter was part of the larger 50-state quarters program, a project launched by the U.S. Mint in 1999. The program was designed to commemorate the history and heritage of each state through unique coin designs, with 5 new state quarters being released every year until all 50 states had been represented. By 2002, the Indiana quarter became the 19th coin released in the series, following quarters for Delaware, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Georgia, and Connecticut. For Indiana, this coin was an opportunity to honor the state's rich history and contribute to the collective identity of the United States. Indiana, known as the Hoosier State, has a long and storied history, much of which is tied to its industrial development, agricultural prowess, and key role during both the Civil War and the early 20th century. It was the site of significant military activity during the War of 1812, with Fort Wayne and other strategic locations playing key roles in the defense of the nation. Indiana also contributed to the growth of the country's manufacturing base, especially in steel production, machinery, and agriculture. These historical legacies, among others, needed to be captured in the design of the quarter, and the U.S. Mint turned to local artists to help bring that vision to life. The design of the 2002 Indiana State Quarter was selected through a competition, in which the public was invited to submit their ideas for the coin's reverse side. The winning design, chosen from hundreds of submissions, was one that beautifully reflected the state's agricultural heritage and its contributions to American history. It featured a simple yet powerful image of a farmer plowing a field, set against the backdrop of a rising sun. Above the farmer, the words Indiana and 1816, the year Indiana became a state, are inscribed, while below the image, the phrase Crossroads of America is featured. This design spoke to the state's agricultural roots, while also nodding to its important role as a transportation and industrial hub, hence the crossroads reference. The central theme of the coin is the farmer, a symbol of Indiana's agricultural identity. Farming has been at the core of the state's economy for centuries, and Indiana continues to be one of the leading agricultural producers in the United States. The image of the farmer at work in the field evokes a sense of pride and resilience, harkening back to a time when the state's economy was driven largely by agriculture. This simple, yet evocative design is further complemented by the imagery of the sun, symbolizing hope, hard work, and a new dawn for the state and its people. The coin's reverse design was met with widespread approval for its elegant simplicity and its connection to Indiana's agricultural heritage. However, it was more than just a piece of art. It was a symbol of the state's spirit and its contribution to the larger story of American progress. But what sets this coin apart from others in the 50-state quarter series is not just its design, but its place in the larger context of numismatics. As with many other state quarters, the Indiana quarter was minted in large numbers, meaning that for most people, the coin was just another piece of pocket change. However, as is often the case with coins, some versions of the quarter were struck in limited quantities or with minting errors, making them significantly rarer and more valuable than others. These coins, especially those with unique characteristics, would eventually become the prized possessions of collectors. One of the most significant factors that contributed to the value of the 2002 Indiana quarter is its rarity. The coin was produced in large numbers for general circulation, but over time, certain error varieties began to surface, flaws that, though small, made these coins exceptionally rare and highly desirable. Minting errors, such as misaligned dies, double strikes, and off-center prints, can drastically increase the value of a coin. These errors are often produced by slight miscalculations or mechanical failures during the minting process. As a result, error-struck quarters from the Indiana release became some of the most valuable items in the 50-state quarter series. One of the most sought-after versions of the 2002 Indiana quarter is the double die variety, where the design elements, particularly the words Indiana and Crossroads of America, appear with noticeable doubling. This type of error occurs when the die used to strike the coin is improperly aligned during the minting process, resulting in a faint, double impression of the design. While this type of error is relatively rare, it is also one of the most desirable among collectors, as it is both visually striking and historically significant. Additionally, some Indiana quarters were struck off-center, meaning the design was not properly aligned on the coin's blank planchet. These off-center strikes, which may only be slightly misaligned, can dramatically increase the value of the coin. Depending on the degree of the misalignment, these error coins can be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. It is not unusual for some of the more pronounced error coins to fetch as much as $46,000 at auction, making them one of the most valuable coins in the 50-state quarters program. Another factor that has contributed to the increasing value of the 2002 Indiana quarter is the coin's overall popularity among collectors. The 50-state quarters program was one of the most successful initiatives by the U.S. Mint, and the state quarters quickly became an iconic series. The Indiana quarter, with its simple yet powerful design and connection to the state's agricultural and historical roots, quickly became a favorite among collectors. Moreover, the Indiana quarter is highly sought after in pristine condition. Coins that were kept in excellent condition, free from scratches, stains, or other forms of damage, command a premium price. A coin that has been well preserved and remains in mint state, free from the wear and tear that often comes with circulation, is much more valuable than one that shows signs of handling or damage. Because the 2002 Indiana quarter was part of a larger series, many of the coins went into circulation, and only a small number were preserved in perfect condition, making them much rarer and more desirable. The rarity of these pristine, error-free coins has led to their increasing value over the years. As more collectors seek to complete their collections of the 50-state quarters, the demand for high-quality examples of the 2002 Indiana quarter has risen. Coins in uncirculated or proof condition, especially those with minting errors or unique characteristics, have become prized possessions. If you are a collector looking for a 2002 Indiana quarter with a potential minting error or one in mint condition, the best places to search are local coin dealers, online auction platforms, and coin shows. You might also consider purchasing rolls of uncirculated coins directly from the U.S. Mint or from reputable dealers to increase your chances of finding a rare example. While not every coin you come across will be worth thousands of dollars, the excitement of searching for valuable and rare pieces is part of what makes coin collecting such a rewarding hobby. For those fortunate enough to find an error-struck or high-quality example of the 2002 Indiana quarter, the rewards can be significant. As mentioned, some of the rarest versions of this coin have sold for as much as $46,000, far surpassing its original face value of just 25 cents. This surge in value is not just about the coin's physical characteristics, it's also about its connection to a rich historical narrative and its place within the larger context of American coinage. The Indiana quarter serves as a reminder that sometimes the most valuable treasures are hidden in plain sight. A coin that began as just another piece of circulating currency has now become a highly sought-after collectible, cherished by numismatists and history buffs alike. With its combination of historical significance, striking design, and potential for rare minting errors, the 2002 Indiana quarter has solidified its place as one of the most attractive and valuable coins in the 50-state quarter series. In conclusion, the 2002 Indiana Washington quarter is much more than just a coin. It's a symbol of the state's rich agricultural and historical legacy. From its thoughtful design, which captures the essence of Indiana's past, to its remarkable value in the numismatic world, this coin continues to be a prized possession for collectors. Whether you are just starting out in coin collecting or you are a seasoned expert, the 2002 Indiana quarter is a must-have for anyone interested in the world of American coins. And for those lucky enough to find a rare, error-struck version of the coin, you might just be holding onto a piece of history worth $46,000.